went online and I typed, "How can a man recognize that he's being abusive, and where can he get help to change his behavior?" Well, I was disappointed with the answer. On the other hand, if you ask how can a woman get away from an abusive partner, there's loads out there. Well, as a young actress, I worked on a lot of scripts where I, as the love interest, would meet a woeful and tragic death. The scripts reinforced the idea that it was a woman's fault if she was being abused, and she had to put up with it, or, like the characters that I played, end up dead. And I remember that for the most part, the other characters on stage were mainly men. And well, their stories, they didn't mostly end up dead. The men were bystanders. They stood back, never challenging the general attitude towards women or trying to change the male script. Well, any mother figures on the stage were either dead themselves or they had no power or control. So now, fast forward to my work as a director, where I have control because I run my own company and I can choose the play text that I work on. So I was proud to be invited to be part of an international project called Passi Affrettati, or Hurried Steps in English. It's a play written by the Italian feminist writer Dacia Maraini, and it's performed all over the world. It consists of several stories taken from amnesty testimonies and newspaper cuttings, giving a kaleidoscopic view of violence against women and girls. And Maraini wrote the play to ask the question, why is this happening and what must change? Well, here we have a pretty tough example. It's a story that she plucked from a British newspaper more than 18 years ago. It's the Richard and Sarah story.
My name is Sarah. I was born in Belgium. When I was 6 years old...
Still the same old story. You're not a little girl anymore, Sarah. That's all dead and buried now.
Richard is my husband. We got married 2 years ago. He used to work in the same bank as me. I'd like his baby, but he doesn't want one. What's the point of having a baby? There are already too many of them in the world, that's what he says.
You do realise there's already 6 billion of us, don't you? It's suicide. I mean, we'll all be killing each other over a scrap of bread.
I'd still love to have a baby, though.
You'll get over it. Anyway, come here. Let's make love. Make sure you take precautions, though. I mean, I don't want any nasty surprises.
Every night, I dream I'm...
She's such a baby. These dreams. I mean, she's afraid of everything.
I'm afraid of falling down and banging my head. Last time I cut myself and there was so much blood.
Sarah really does my head in. When I married her, she was a nice, sweet little girl, a model employee. Now, she's a stubborn, pig-headed, ignorant child. And she's got 2 obsessions, her childhood, which she needs to move on from, and this thing about having a baby. I'll never give in to that one.
Richard, I'm pregnant.
Stupid idiot. You stupid, lying idiot! You told me you were using contraception, you're lying! I'll give you an abortion.
He leapt on me like a wolf, kicking me in the stomach and punching me in my face.
I told you I don't want this. I do not want this!
Stop it, Richard, please stop it. I'll lose the baby.
And that's exactly what I want. Idiot!
While he was out at the office, I packed a suitcase and ran away. I hid myself away at my cousin's for a few months. He wrote me such sweet letters. Come back. I beg you. I need you so much. I'll be kind to the baby. It'll be my son. I won't hurt it. I've got my head around the whole thing, and I forgive you, darling. Come back. I beg you. Please come back. So I came back.
Come here, Sarah. God, you know I've missed you. Let me give you a cuddle. Come on, come here, come here. I love you. You know that.
The baby, Richard, the baby. If you squeeze me like that, you'll kill him. Don't you realize?
So what? And what are you and I going to do with the baby?
It's too late now, Richard. I'm 8 months gone.
Such a hopeless wife. You're never going to be a good mother.
Maybe he's right. I am a hopeless wife. I'll be a hopeless mother. I'm really scared.
The baby's born. He looks like a pig. I mean, he's covered in hair and his bottom's as red as a tomato.
Look what beautiful eyes he has. He looks like you, Richard.
He looks nothing like me.
I'm scared of picking him up. My hands are shaking.
You've lost your job because of this revolting little brat. What are we going to do now? My salary isn't enough for all three of us. You're a moron. Useless.
He's right. I am a hopeless mother. But I'm always scared I might drop him. What will happen if I fell over while I'm holding the baby?
The house stinks. I mean, there's not one single shirt ironed, not one clean towel in place. Our baby needs proper care, and she spends all her time playing with him.
When he was born, he had dark black eyes. Now they're turning lighter, a lovely blue, kind of like the color of the sea. Perhaps there's a bit of green in that blue. What do you think, Richard? Will his wonderful eyes turn green or blue?
I married an incompetent. She can't cook. She can't iron, not properly. She can't even breastfeed the baby properly. The boy's growing up thin and pale, but she plays. That's all she can do. Play.
We named him Gregory, after Richard's father. He's such a good boy. He never cries.
She's turning him into a moron, just like she is. I can't bear watching them in this pigsty of a house. I need some air.
Richard leaves us on our own more and more. The two of us spend the whole day playing together. Sometimes I forget to feed him. I don't eat either. And then I remember, I wrap him in a blanket and I take him to the shop on the corner to buy milk, potatoes, eggs. There's not much money in the house. I'll have to go back to work.
Mother and son, they're cutting me out of their lives. He's not just your son, you know, he's my child. Yet, why is it that when I pick him up, he always cries, but every time you pick him up, he just laughs?
Richard's being nice at the moment. He's not drinking. He doesn't go out much. He looks after the baby. He's sweet with him and with me.
You know I love you, Sarah. I mean, you and the baby, you're all I've got.
Yesterday, Richard came home looking really, really down. He was holding a letter. He'd been sacked. They're getting rid of half the workforce. He's got more and more uptight. I'm scared he'll start drinking again.
I've stopped drinking, Sarah. I want complete change. Why don't we go to India? You, me, and the baby, we need something completely new, a complete change of air.
He didn't come home for 2 days. Then he came back just as it was getting light. I could smell the drink on him. Gregory's learned now that when his father drinks, he gets in a furious temper. As soon as he saw him, he ran and hid under the bed. But this made his father even more angry. He started yelling that I've turned his son against him, and that I hate him, and that I want him dead. A punch, and then another punch. And the baby was crying. He dragged him out from under the bed and walloped him.
Idiot! You turn my son against me. As soon as he sees me, he starts screaming.
The baby is terrified. I have to go to the police and report him. But Richard is desperate. Ever since he's lost his job, he's all over the place. It would be better if he didn't drink. He loves me. I know he does. And he loves Gregory.
No, I love you, Sarah. I need you.
I know, but you have to stop drinking.
I've lost my job. I'm useless. What am I going to do?
You'll find another job, Richard. Don't give up.
Oh, don't give up. What an idiot. You're so childish.
Yesterday, I left the house early. I went around looking for work, carrying the baby in my arms. But as soon as they ask me, what can you do? I say nothing. I think he's right. I'm just childish.
She can't even find herself a shitty little job. She's a moron. I've always said she's useless.
I found a job. I stick labels on things at the supermarket. I put fruit in little plastic boxes. It's not great, but we're up to our ears in debt, and I'm paid by the hour. So the more I work, the more money I get paid. Last night I got home at 11 o'clock. The baby was all alone in the house, and Richard had disappeared. Tomorrow I'm taking him with me.
She left the baby all alone. She's an appalling mother. What if he hurt himself?
I took the baby with me. I put him in a cardboard box. I shut him in the broom cupboard. He didn't even whimper, as if he knew he had to hide.
She took the baby with her. I mean, he'll catch his death of a cold. He'll die from pneumonia.
He was waiting for me behind the door. As soon as I got through the door, he started punching me and kicking me. This time, I'm going to report you to the police, Richard. I'm really going to report you. I can't stand this anymore.
I'm not letting you leave this house, even if I have to tie you to the bed.
I tried to leave, but he had locked the door. If I don't get out to work, how will we eat? How will we pay the rent?
Richard W. kept his wife and child locked up for 10 days. On the 11th day, he took his father's hunting rifle and killed her while she was asleep. Then he ran off carrying the baby. He was picked up by the police trying to buy a train ticket to London. The baby was put into care in a home in Nottingham.
Heavy stuff. And if you're surprised to see it at a TEDx talk, imagine how astonished the football crowd were when it was shown to a packed stadium before a major Italian match. Take the Euros last year. When England won or drew a match, domestic abuse cases increased by 26%. When England lost, domestic abuse cases increased by 38%. Well, since I first started to direct the Richard and Sarah story, people are talking very differently about domestic abuse. Well, they're talking about it. We've had the Me Too movement, we've had the public outrage at all the murders of women at the hands of men, we've had the recent rape cases. However, domestic abuse cases in the UK, the statistics have remained static. So, who is it that's talking about it and outraged? Women. In England and Wales, 1 in 4 women will experience domestic abuse in their lifetime, and on average, 1 woman is killed by an abusive partner or ex every 5 days. Now, if Maraini wrote that same story today, she'd have a lot more props. There'd be a mobile phone, a laptop with trackers, both destined to be destroyed by Richard in a fit of uncontrolled anger. He'd have social media, AI sex abuse, and all that other paraphernalia available to men who wish to control, humiliate, and frighten women. And yes, women can be controlling too. But statistics show that men are less than half as likely to suffer from domestic abuse as women. And in that same story, Richard would have no excuse for his behavior. He knows exactly when he's doing something wrong, only he blames Sarah. Well, that's how perpetrators function. It's not my fault. You made me. I was drunk. Well, another statistic is, in England and Wales, 1 in 20 people are estimated to be perpetrators of violence against women and girls per year. 1 in 20? Well, that means that we could easily know a perpetrator, or they could comfortably sit in an audience like this, hiding in plain sight, but how would we know? Well, they look ordinary. Yet, everyone knows at least 1 woman who suffered from gender-based abuse. We talk about it. The government now describes violence against women and girls as a national epidemic and a national threat. So when does it become normal for men to start to talk, to call each other out, to stop being bystanders and take responsibility for change? Why can't they tell their mates when they see the small signs of control and abuse, couched in a little joke or a comment? As the director of Hurried Steps, I've worked with some extraordinary men who work to help other men to change their abusive behavior and attitude towards their female partners. And they work for organizations such as the White Ribbon, and here we have the Kent Community Domestic Abuse Program, which thank goodness they call CDAP. Now, these men have to step in when the situation has escalated to a point where their intervention is needed to save a woman's life. However, men have to refer themselves. Aye, there's the rub. So how can these stories get turned around much earlier on? Well, the good news from these organizations is that although you can't change who you are, but with the right commitment and proper support, you can change your behavior. So, guys, and I'm talking to the majority of men who don't abuse women and children, let's take the next steps, rewrite the script, and act now.